everyone, it's Michelangelo. Great to see you. Welcome again. Now, if you're joining me, then you know that I love being part of the greatest team in the world, Team Jesus. And today I have a story that's a crazy story that happened to me and my family. And later on, I want to share with you, this actually happened to Jesus as well. So sit tight, relax, and let's get into a great story together. Now this story starts at an annual festival that happened in my town. So every year, the whole town would come together and put on a festival. In my town, it was called the Royal Show, which is a great name because it was a show. People came from all over the town, all over the surrounding towns, neighborhoods to come to witness all the different sights, all the different sounds, all the different entertainment, all the different animals, all the different food. Man, it was an absolute blast and so much fun. I want to tell you some of the things that would happen at this festival. The entire showgrounds will be taken over by different stalls, by different shops. There were even rides, there were even animals. And what we're finding is that you would come with your family, you might come on the train, and you'd pack some food, you'd pack some blankets because you wanted to stay there the whole day, because at the end of the day, at the end of all the entertainment, there would be fireworks. So my family and I, we went and we loved seeing all the different sights. So people would bring all kinds of wonderful things to show off at this show. There were people selling flowers. There were people who had their tractors and their cars from around the town. There were even some entertaining people driving cars, doing horse riding, and even driving monster trucks at one stage. So you can imagine, as a kid, my family and I, we really loved it. They also had animals, which when I was living in my suburb, there weren't a lot of animals. There were dogs and cats and normal pets, but if you came to this show, you got to experience things like sheep and cows and all kinds of animals and baby animals, and you can pet them and you can feed them and you can learn about them. It was really an amazing time. One of the things that my family really loved, particularly my brother and I. My brother was younger than me. You might remember me talking about him in another episode. His name is Marvin. We had so much fun together, but they also used to sell show bags. So you would save up all your pocket money for the year and you would love to spend them on show bags. These show bags were little bags that were filled with lollies, they were filled with little toys. It was just really exciting. My favorite show bag was a show bag that included some magic tricks. I loved getting cards and little wands and pretending to be a magician. The day was full of these adventures. We would definitely get to have chips and cotton candy and all my favorite drinks and desserts. One of the main things that you'll find is that at the end of the day, you're a little bit tired, and it was so exciting to watch the fireworks at the end. Now, we set up a little place to watch the fireworks from, but my little brother Marvin, he was still a little bit hungry. He had some sweets, he had some snacks, but my parents, they trusted me, being the bigger brother, that I could go get him some food. So he came with me and we went through the crowds looking for some hot chips. Do you like chips? Hot chips are one of my favorite foods for my little brother. So I was trusted with some money to go get him some hot chips. But when I came back to where my family was, not everything at this Royal Show, this festival, was happy, because I thought he was following me. I thought he was with me. But when I got back to where my parents were, I was really shocked that I couldn't find him anywhere. Now, I started doubling back, going back to where I was and having a look for him. And I was shouting, "Marvin, Marvin, where are you? Marvin, Marvin, where are you?" It came to a point where I had to tell my parents that I lost my brother, and with tears in my eyes, I was saying, I lost Marvin. And they were worried as well, so they got up from where they were and we started looking for him together, shouting, Marvin, has anyone seen a little boy? He's wearing this shirt, this pants, Marvin, his name's Marvin. We couldn't find him at all. It got to the point where we had to go and get some help. We had to find a policeman and we had to tell him that this little boy named Marvin, he's lost. If anyone sees him, please let us know. Time went on and it was getting dark and the fireworks were going on in the sky. So it was very loud and very exciting and there were people everywhere. But my family and I, we were worried because we were wondering, where could my little brother be? This little boy, he was lost. You can imagine what it could be like to be lost. You may have been lost yourself. You may have been in a shopping center or in a place where there's lots of people, and you may have even heard on the loudspeakers an announcement. Attention shoppers, attention everybody. There has been a child that is lost. They're at the counter. Please come collect them if this is your child. And you always hear that and you hope, oh, I hope they're okay, and you hope it's never you. Eventually, as the night went on, the police eventually found my brother Marvin. My mum and dad were so relieved. I was relieved. I felt like a horrible brother. I felt like I made a mistake, but luckily we found him and we got to be a family together once again. Now this story is a true story. It's a little bit crazy because it was full of so many exciting things that were happening on that day. But like a day full of good things, not everything ends up being perfect. We lost my brother for a while. We were really, really scared. I'm sure he was very scared and we were all very sad. But at the end of the day, there is a happy ending to this story. We did find my brother and our family, we enjoyed our day at the Royal Show. Even though it was full of lots of drama and lots of exciting things, it still makes so much difference to be together with our family. So in my story, my brother was missing, but this actually happened to Jesus. Now I know we love being a part of Team Jesus, but Jesus was a boy, a little child once upon a time as well. And in his lifetime here on earth, something similar happened to what happened to my brother Marvin. See, he had his mother, Mary and Joseph, and they were going to the annual Passover. That was their name for their big festival that they had every year. So just like my festival, there would have been animals. Just like my festival, there would have been dancing and music and maybe lots of activities for people to participate in. Maybe making some food, eating some food, that's my favorite part. Maybe meeting people and doing activities. Who knows what Jesus would have done during his time. But at the end of the festival, something crazy happened. Mary and Joseph, Jesus' mum and dad, left the festival thinking Jesus was with another family member, was with their family as they were making their way home. They made the journey some distance, some time had passed, and they realized that Jesus wasn't with them. Jesus was lost, Jesus was missing, and Mary and Joseph started to panic. Just like my mum and dad, just like me, and maybe you've been lost, you know how crazy it can feel when someone's lost. Maybe you've even lost your own favorite teddy bear or your favorite toy. When you lose something, you can panic and you can freak out and you can say, where is it? Where is it? And you might call your mom or dad or friends to ask you to help find it. This is what Mary and Joseph did. They asked their friends and family and relatives and cousins, say, help us find Jesus, help us find Jesus. And they backtracked. So they retraced their steps. They went back to the festival and started looking for him, shouting, Jesus, where are you? Eventually, they found him. And that's the good ending to the story. They found Jesus. You know where Jesus was? Jesus was in the temple. Now the temple, this was the place where they honored God, they praised and worshiped God, they glorified God. So it's actually really special that Jesus was in the temple because he is Jesus, our Team Jesus. He's connected to God. So he's in the place that the house is really for. Mary and Joseph realized that they had misplaced Jesus. They had left without him. He was lost for a moment, but he wasn't lost forever. All they needed to do is go back to the place where they left him. And Jesus is going to be in the church. In our lives today, as part of Team Jesus, my encouragement is don't lose Jesus. Don't leave him behind. I know in a festival, the animals and the food and the excitement, the dancing, and even in our life, all these exciting things can cause us to forget about Jesus. But I can tell you that at the end of the day, the most important thing, the coolest part about my life is Jesus. So I never want to leave him behind. I want him to journey with me because he's your friend and he's my friend. And he makes the world a great place. He makes our life a great place. And he is the reason we're part of Team Jesus. It's not just about getting a show bag or getting a toy or having a meal or playing with some cool animals. No, Jesus is our friend forever. Jesus is going to hang out with us and make our life great. So guys, I encourage you, do not lose Jesus. Just like Mary and Joseph, they lost Jesus, but they found him and they got him back and their lives were amazing as a result. So remember to keep Jesus in your life, and if you lose him, find him again, keep him with you because he's your friend and he's my friend. And that's the best part of being on Team Jesus. As always, you can join me next time where we're gonna learn more stories and hear about Team Jesus. Have a great time. I'll see you guys soon.
A lot of talk in our church today about the new evangelization, and we might ask, well, what's new about the new evangelization? One thing that's new is that we're trying to renew the faith in people who should already be Catholic, should already be Christian. Individuals, families, communities, whole cultures that need to rediscover the gospel. And so what's new is that they're getting a new shot in the arm of faith, of evangelization. Another thing that's new about it is the way that we do that. And the new media and groups like Shalom World TV are very important for bringing the gospel anew to our cultures, to our families, to each of us individually. And so I encourage all the viewers of Shalom World TV, and I encourage Shalom World TV themselves to keep up the good work, to keep watching this channel and to keep up the good work of presenting the Catholic faith to our world today.